What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, Miguel Cotto defeated Sergio Martinez. Spectacular history setting performance from Miguel Cotto. Props to him and Freddie Roach for that work. And since then, a lot of people are talking potential future Cotto opponents. I made a video, Cotto versus, with a slew of different opponents, and some of you guys left feedback on who you want to see Cotto fight next. Now, Freddie Roach and Bob Arum had a lot of choice words for Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather defeated Cotto previously, and they feel Cotto 2.0 is very new and improved, and the outcome of that fight would be different. So Freddie Roach has recently been on record saying Mayweather is shot. He's not the same fighter. He can't move anymore, and Cotto would knock him out. Bob Arum pretty much said most of the same thing. Roach said all you got to do with Mayweather is just get in shape and just beat him to it all night. I think his legs are gone. He says he fights. He doesn't move anymore because he wants to please the fans. I think that's bullshit. I think he just can't. I think he's shot. I think he won't fight any of my guys. And then Bob Arum says, you got an AK? I'll hold it up to Floyd and say, will you fight Cotto again? Are you crazy? He's afraid to fight Manny. You think he'd fight Cotto? If Cotto with Freddie Roach fought Floyd Mayweather, again, it would be no contest. So Bob Arum says Floyd Mayweather has no shot in hell to beat this new version of Cotto. And I want to spend some time talking about that and explore that. I think it's a lot of propaganda. I think it's a good fight. The first one was a good fight. Floyd Mayweather is not invincible. Cotto definitely is looks sharp. He's the bigger person, stronger person. So it could be an interesting fight. However, Mayweather is skillful, very technical. To say his legs are gone, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like Sergio, his legs are definitely gone because he has a knee injury. Like Patrick Ewing, he has Pat Ewing knees and shit. Mayweather used his legs in the Canelo fight. He used his legs in the Robert Guerrero fight. So, and he was moving pretty flawless in those fights. He had a rougher time or a more stationary time in the Marcos Maidana fight. But again, to me, that's one fight. And in his last three fight, two of them, his legs have looked right. He didn't suffer any kind of injuries with his legs. So I really think he has the ability to, like a faucet, turn it on and off and use his legs more if he wants to. And he said before going into the fight that this is what I plan to do. Is going to be a different fight than a lot of people expect. So whether you want to take it with a grain of salt, believe him or not believe it, he did say that it was going to be a different fight and he was going to stand toe to toe, and that's what he did with Marcos Maidana, and that was a good tough fight. As far as Bob Arum, I think he's just being a promoter. Freddie Roach is just happy his fighter won and being a promoter. And another reason I think this is just promotional banter, because if you look right here, Boxing Scene, shout out to Boxing Scene, they have an interview with Freddie Roach and Arum, and look at the title, Roach, Arum dismissive of Pacquiao Cotto rematch. So we all know Cotto got beat up by Manny Pacquiao when they fought, and look what they said. I'm kind of glad that they're growing out of each other's weight classes, so I don't have to worry about it so much. Talking about Roach, because he trains both now. Manny against Cotto, I ain't going there, said laughing Arum. Manny is my fighter. I'm not going there. I don't need the Philippine writers calling me, keeping me from going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. So you're quick to bash Mayweather because he's not on your side, but you want to preserve both fighters. I know people that would be willing to see and wanting to see a Manny Pacquiao versus Cotto fight as well. But since they have the same trainer and now you don't want to make that fight because they're both fighters that you're working with, now all of a sudden you're not going to make that fight. And to add insult to injury, Manny Pacquiao, before Cotto signed or before Cotto went over to Freddie Roach, they wanted a rematch. I think before they picked the Bradley rematch, and they wanted Cotto at like 150, another catchweight, and he said no. So now it's quote unquote an excuse to not fight him, but people love to see Cotto and Mayweather. Like I said, I have a problem with none of those fights. I would even watch Cotto and Pacquiao to see if it looks different. But the funny thing is the Floyd Mayweather haters, the people that hate Floyd Mayweather. And the reason I say hate is because some people aren't objective. If you just don't like the guy, he's not your favorite style, that's one thing. But some of you guys have so much outright hate, and it shows because this video and every other video about Floyd Mayweather, I don't know if you type it into a Google search engine, but anytime there's a Floyd Mayweather video, I always see the same names, and they're always negative. It's never anything like, oh, that was a solid fight, oh, he looked good against Canelo. It's always like, oh, Canelo was drained. And the funniest thing to me is Floyd beat Cotto already. So unless he wants to do something monumental, go up to middleweight, which I have no problem with that. I would definitely watch this rematch again. I would actually rather see this over a Maidana rematch because I give Cotto more of a shot to beat Floyd than I give Maidana. I think Maidana, he had his opportunity and he didn't capitalize. He didn't knock him out or didn't beat him. So I think the second rematch would be more like Castillo in the Maidana fight, whereas the Cotto's look extremely sharp and he's bigger, and I think Cotto is more skilled than Maidana. So I'm all for it. However, it's just funny to me that the diehard Floyd Mayweather haters, you guys after Mayweather beat Cotto, you were saying he beat a shot Cotto. Cotto's never been the same since Margarito cheated and beat his face, bludgeoned him with plaster. They said Cotto was washed up. Cotto was done for, and Mayweather waited till Cotto was out of his prime to fight him. Now, Cotto reinvents himself, gets a new trainer, and all of a sudden he's that dude again. So Mayweather, it just goes to show the blatant level of hatred because you guys clearly discredit. And then when Cotto rebuilds like a good fighter, like a true champion, now all of a sudden you're on his dick again. You're like, oh yeah, Cotto will thrash him. He'll kill Mayweather in the rematch. But Cotto just a few fights ago, you were saying he was shop worn and Mayweather waited and cherry picked and waited till Cotto had already lost to Pacquiao, had already lost to Margarito in the first fight, and he waited for that opportunity and waited till they softened Cotto up. Now all of a sudden Cotto looks good and destroys Sergio Martinez and Delvin Rodriguez with a new trainer, and all of a sudden, oh, Cotto's back, Cotto's back, like Paul Bearer and shit with the Undertaker. So I don't know, y'all are fanatical, and it's just funny how again years ago when Mayweather fought him, he was washed up. Now he bounces back like a true champion, and Mayweather has no shot. I don't know if Mayweather would fight at middleweight. Like I said, it's a chance for him to get another piece of history. So I'm all for the fight. I have no problems with the fight. I think it's a good fight. Cotto definitely has earned his position in boxing, not just fucking Mayweather fight. He's earned his position in boxing. True fighter, true warrior. But again, when it comes to Cotto, some of you guys are blowing things out of proportion. I'm proud of the dude. I'm happy that this is what boxing is all about. However, whoever Cotto fights next is not necessarily going to be the same fight as Sergio Martinez. Sergio was pushing 40 and he came in with injuries. We just didn't know how bad his injuries were. That's why a lot of people pick Sergio Martinez. But if you listen to my prediction video, I said I don't base my game plan on the pretense that a fighter is still hurt and still wounded. And I thought having a year off and giving himself that time to recover properly, I thought he would look a lot different. I was wrong. Cotto was right and he won fair and square. Cool. I have no problems with that. I'm not making excuses, but no one can deny that Sergio, that's the worst he's looked. You know what I'm saying? No one could deny that it didn't look like his balance was there. It didn't look like he could take a shot. It didn't look like he had his legs up under him. So for Cotto to fight Triple G, which some of you guys are proclaiming and screaming for, it's a different fight. This man is healthy. He's undefeated. You know what I mean? Cotto's going to have to dig down deep and deal with that power, and that Triple G cuts off the ring well, like real good. He's going to have to deal with those things, those technical abilities, the body punching of Gennady Golovkin. I think some of you guys are getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Same thing with Canelo. Canelo is big as fuck. He's almost out of 154. He's big, good boxer, puncher, deceptive with his hand speed, deceptive with his ring IQ and intelligence. Shane Mosley said it. Don't take my word for it. Listen to Shane Mosley interviews. He said leading up to the Mayweather-Canelo fight, he said Mayweather's going to be in for a surprise because this kid's smarter than what he should be for age 21. Same thing with Mayweather. Mayweather's smart. He's seasoned. So these are all good fights. I have no problem with any of these fights taking place. I will support any of these fights. However, don't think it's going to be easy work, easy money, because a wounded Sergio Martinez got destroyed. And that's good. Like I said, it's good for boxing. Cotto bounced back. I have no problem with that. I'm not salty that my prediction was wrong because I wanted Cotto to win. I just didn't think he would. and you can check my videos to corroborate that. Let me know what you guys think of Freddie Roach, Bob Arum's comments. Make sure you like the video, leave your comments. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.